Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a lone figure moving through the world unrushed, unapologetic, and deeply attuned to her inner rhythm. She is not a symbol of isolation, but of profound courage and freedom. She is a woman who walks alone. Walking alone is not merely a physical act, it is a profound psychological and emotional journey that demands courage. Solitude challenges societal norms, which often equate being alone with being lonely or unfulfilled. In an educational context, this keynote can be explored through the lens of personal growth, emotional resilience, and intellectual clarity. When a woman chooses to walk alone, she steps into a space where she can evaluate her thoughts, beliefs, and values without external influence. This solitude fosters critical thinking, allowing her to question societal assumptions and carve out a unique identity. Psychologically, the ability to be alone correlates with higher levels of emotional intelligence. Studies in cognitive science suggest that individuals who embrace solitude develop greater self-awareness and emotional regulation, both essential skills for navigating life's complexities. Walking alone provides a unique educational opportunity for experiential learning. Without the distraction of others, the solitary individual learns directly from her environment. Whether it's observing nature, engaging with new cultures, or reflecting on personal experiences, each step becomes an encounter with knowledge. It aligns with the pedagogical principle that the best learning happens through self-directed exploration. Solitude also serves as a powerful tool for resilience. In education, resilience is often described as the capacity to recover from challenges. A woman walking alone cultivates this strength by facing fears, doubts, and uncertainties head-on. The act of stepping into solitude mirrors the process of stepping into a challenging question or problem, difficult at first, but transformative in its ability to foster growth. The courage of solitude is not about isolation but empowerment. It is an active choice to create space for self-discovery, intellectual exploration, and emotional mastery. Walking alone becomes a classroom where the lessons learned are deeply personal and profoundly impactful. Especially the ability to walk one's path alone represents a liberation of the mind, spirit, and will. In educational terms, this freedom transcends the physical act of being alone. It signifies the unshackling of one's thoughts and actions from the constraints of societal expectations and external validation. When a woman embraces independence, she steps into a realm of self-directed learning. She no longer seeks permission to grow or approval for her choices. This shift aligns with the concept of autonomy in education, where learners take ownership of their journey. Research in educational psychology highlights that autonomy fosters intrinsic motivation, allowing individuals to engage deeply with their goals. Similarly, a woman walking her own path operates from a place of self-motivation, driven by her inner vision rather than external pressures. The freedom in independence also nurtures critical thinking. By stepping away from the collective mindset, she creates space to evaluate information, form opinions, and make decisions based on her values. This mirrors the Socratic method in education, which emphasizes questioning and individual reasoning over passive acceptance of ideas. Independence becomes a powerful tool for intellectual growth, encouraging deeper understanding and clarity of purpose. Independence fosters creativity and innovation. In an educational context, this is akin to encouraging students to explore unconventional solutions and ideas. A woman who walks alone engages with the world on her terms, uninhibited by the fear of judgment. This freedom allows her to experiment, take risks, and redefine success on her own terms, much like how an independent learner challenges norms to discover new pathways of thinking. Freedom in independence also carries a responsibility, learning to navigate life with discipline and accountability. In the educational framework, independence is not about isolation, but the ability to collaborate and contribute meaningfully when needed. Similarly, a woman who walks alone does not reject connection, but approaches it with intention, ensuring her relationships are rooted in mutual respect rather than dependency. Then is not just a state of being, but a continuous process of learning and unlearning. It is a dynamic balance of courage, responsibility, and self-awareness, creating a foundation for personal and intellectual freedom. Self-discovery is one of the most transformative processes an individual can undertake, and solitude is its fertile ground. In the context of education, the journey of self-discovery is akin to the concept of experiential learning, where understanding arises through direct experience, reflection, and introspection. For a woman walking alone, this journey is amplified as she is free from the distractions and expectations of others, creating space for profound personal exploration. Solitude encourages self-awareness, which is foundational to emotional intelligence and personal growth. In educational psychology, self-awareness is linked to better decision-making and stronger interpersonal relationships. When a woman engages in solitude, she can evaluate her emotions, recognize her strengths, and identify areas for improvement. This reflective process mirrors metacognition in learning the ability to think about one's own thinking and fosters a deeper understanding of herself and her place in the world. Self-discovery also facilitates the alignment of one's actions with one's values. By walking alone, a woman has the opportunity to examine her core beliefs without the influence of societal or cultural pressures. This is similar to value-based education, where the aim is to help individuals live authentically according to their principles. Through solitude, she learns what truly matters to her and begins to make choices that reflect her unique identity and aspirations. The journey of self-discovery fosters resilience and adaptability. Educators often stress the importance of these traits for lifelong learning and success. As she ventures into the unknown, she learns to face challenges and uncertainties, strengthening her ability to adapt and persevere. The experiences she encounters while walking alone serve as lessons that build her capacity to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and grace. Self-discovery in solitude nurtures creativity and imagination. Neuroscience research suggests that quiet, undistracted moments allow the brain to enter a state of default mode where deeper connections and innovative ideas are formed. A woman walking alone taps into this creative potential, using her time to dream, ideate, and envision possibilities that might remain hidden in the noise of daily life. The beauty of self-discovery lies in its ability to transform solitude into a sanctuary of growth. It is an ongoing, enriching process that equips a woman with the knowledge and confidence to live authentically, make meaningful contributions, and navigate her journey with clarity and purpose. Breaking free from conformity is an act of intellectual liberation that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and authentic self-expression. In an educational context, moving beyond conformity parallels the goals of transformative education, where learners are encouraged to question norms, challenge assumptions, and explore diverse perspectives. For a woman walking alone, this journey is a powerful declaration of her independence from societal pressures and the courage to embrace her individuality. Conformity often stems from a desire for acceptance or fear of rejection, creating a tendency to align with collective beliefs, even when they contradict personal values or truths. Education aimed at moving beyond conformity equips individuals with the tools to critically evaluate these beliefs and make informed decisions. When a woman steps outside the boundaries of societal expectations, she embodies this educational principle, questioning the status quo and discovering her unique identity. The act of rejecting conformity also cultivates creativity. Studies in education have shown that nonconformity is strongly linked to innovative thinking. By choosing her own path, a woman walking alone removes the constraints of traditional frameworks, allowing her to explore novel ideas and perspectives. This mirrors creative pedagogical approaches that emphasize divergent thinking and problem-solving, encouraging learners to develop original solutions rather than adhering to established norms. Beyond conformity also involves developing resilience and self-confidence. When a woman walks her own path, she often faces criticism or misunderstanding, yet this resistance strengthens her resolve. Similarly, education that challenges conformity teaches learners to tolerate ambiguity and take risks. Resilience becomes a byproduct of venturing into the unknown, empowering her to remain steadfast in her beliefs while remaining open to growth and learning. Moving beyond conformity nurtures ethical reasoning and moral courage. Conformity can perpetuate harmful practices or limit societal progress by discouraging dissent. A woman walking alone exemplifies the courage to act on her principles, even when they differ from popular opinion. This mirrors ethical education, where individuals are encouraged to consider the consequences of their actions and uphold justice, integrity, and fairness. Breaking free from conformity encourages lifelong learning. A woman who walks alone remains curious and adaptable, constantly seeking to understand herself and the world around her. This aligns with the educational goal of fostering independent, self-directed learners who are not afraid to question, explore, and grow. By stepping beyond conformity, she not only discovers her potential, but also paves the way for others to embrace their uniqueness, contributing to a society enriched by diversity, innovation, and authenticity. The willingness to embrace the unknown is a cornerstone of personal growth and intellectual exploration. It reflects a mindset that values curiosity over certainty and adventure over comfort. In educational terms, this parallels experiential and inquiry-based learning, where students actively engage with unfamiliar challenges to develop critical thinking, adaptability, and resilience. For a woman walking alone, embracing the unknown is not an act of recklessness, but a deliberate choice to grow through exploration. The unknown often triggers fear because it challenges the human preference for predictability and control. However, in education, stepping into the unfamiliar is essential for expanding one's horizons. A woman walking alone understands that uncertainty is not a threat but an opportunity. She engages with new environments, ideas, and experiences, much like a student encountering new subjects or perspectives. This willingness to explore fosters intellectual flexibility, a skill critical for problem solving and innovation. Embracing the unknown also develops emotional resilience. Psychological studies suggest that exposure to uncertainty, when navigated successfully, strengthens the brain's ability to manage stress and adapt to change. For a woman walking alone, each step into the unfamiliar builds her confidence and capacity to face life's unpredictability. This mirrors educational goals that emphasize learning to cope with ambiguity and transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. In the context of learning, the unknown serves as a catalyst for curiosity. Inquiry-based education thrives on the notion of posing questions rather than delivering answers. Similarly, a woman who embraces the unknown cultivates a sense of wonder about the world. She asks, what lies beyond and what can I learn from this? This approach aligns with lifelong learning principles emphasizing exploration, reflection, and the pursuit of deeper understanding. The unknown encourages creative problem solving. By stepping into uncharted territory, she encounters novel situations requiring innovative solutions. This aligns with constructivist theories in education, which suggest that knowledge is constructed through active engagement with the world. The process of navigating the unknown becomes a lesson in adaptability, teaching her to think on her feet and find meaning in unexpected experiences. Embracing the unknown nurtures a global and inclusive perspective. In education, exposure to diverse cultures, ideas, and environments enriches learning by broadening one's understanding of the world. For a woman walking alone, the unknown often takes the form of new people, places, or traditions. Engaging with these unfamiliar elements fosters empathy, cultural awareness, and an appreciation for diversity. To embrace the unknown is to acknowledge that growth lies just beyond the edges of comfort. For a woman walking alone, every step into uncertainty becomes a classroom where the lessons learned are transformative, fostering a mindset equipped for the challenges and opportunities of life. Strength is often perceived as physical endurance or emotional stoicism, but in the context of walking alone, strength takes on a more nuanced and transformative meaning. It involves resilience, self-reliance, and the ability to navigate challenges with grace and determination. In an educational context, redefining strength aligns with the holistic development of individuals, focusing on emotional intelligence, mental fortitude, and ethical reasoning. A woman who walks alone demonstrates strength not through domination or resistance, but through her capacity to remain steadfast in her journey, regardless of external pressures or adversity. This reflects the educational principle of perseverance, where learners are encouraged to persist through difficulties to achieve mastery. Each step she takes becomes a testament to her ability to endure and adapt, mirroring the learning process of overcoming obstacles to acquire new skills or knowledge. Strength also manifests as self-reliance. In education, fostering independence is crucial for developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. A woman walking alone embodies this independence, relying on her internal resources to make decisions and solve problems. Her journey becomes an active application of self-directed learning, where she takes ownership of her growth, much like a student navigating their educational path. Redefining strength includes emotional resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks and maintain emotional balance. Educational psychology emphasizes that emotional intelligence, including self-awareness and regulation, is a core component of true strength. A woman walking alone cultivates this resilience by confronting fears, managing uncertainties, and finding calm in solitude. Each challenge she faces contributes to her emotional growth, teaching her how to navigate life with poise and perspective. Strength also involves the courage to remain authentic in the face of societal norms and expectations. This mirrors the educational goal of nurturing individuality and self-expression. A woman walking alone exemplifies the courage to be true to herself, prioritizing her values and aspirations over external validation. Her journey becomes an act of integrity, inspiring others to embrace their authenticity and reject superficial definitions of strength. Redefining strength means recognizing the power of vulnerability. In education, vulnerability is essential for creating environments where learners feel safe to take risks, ask questions, and admit mistakes. A woman walking alone understands that strength is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward despite it. Her vulnerability becomes a source of connection and inspiration, demonstrating that strength includes embracing uncertainty and imperfection. Strength is redefined not as rigid toughness, but as adaptability, self-awareness, and the courage to walk one's path with purpose. For a woman walking alone, this redefinition becomes a lived experience, transforming her journey into a lesson in empowerment, resilience, and self-discovery. The silence that accompanies solitude is often seen as emptiness, but in reality, it is a profound space where inner wisdom emerges. For a woman walking alone, this silence becomes a sanctuary, a place to connect with her intuition, reflect on her experiences, and cultivate clarity. In an educational sense, this mirrors the role of reflective practices, mindfulness, and self-guided inquiry, which are critical for deep learning and personal development. Inner wisdom thrives in the absence of external noise. In education, silence is often a tool for fostering focus and introspection, allowing learners to process information and make meaningful connections. Similarly, when a woman embraces silence, she creates room for her thoughts to surface and for her subconscious mind to offer insights that might otherwise remain obscured. This process enhances her ability to make thoughtful decisions, much like the way reflective learning enhances comprehension and critical thinking. Silence also fosters mindfulness, a state of present moment awareness that has been shown to improve emotional well-being and cognitive function. A woman walking alone learns to observe her thoughts and feelings without judgment, using silence as a means of understanding her inner world. In education, mindfulness practices are employed to reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance learning outcomes. Her journey mirrors these practices, turning silence into a powerful tool for mental clarity and emotional balance. Inner wisdom also arises from self-dialogue, a practice that is enhanced by solitude. In an educational context, self-dialogue is akin to metacognition, thinking about one's own thinking. It allows learners to evaluate their progress, recognize patterns, and develop strategies for improvement. For a woman walking alone, this dialogue deepens her understanding of herself, helping her align her actions with her goals and values. The silence becomes a space for honest self-assessment and growth. The silence of inner wisdom teaches patience and resilience. Education often emphasizes the value of delayed gratification and the ability to persevere through uncertainty. In solitude, a woman learns to sit with discomfort and wait for clarity to emerge. This patience strengthens her ability to navigate complex situations without impulsivity, reflecting the educational goal of cultivating thoughtful, adaptive learners. Silence also enhances creativity. Neuroscience research suggests that the brain generates innovative ideas during moments of quiet and rest, as it enters a default mode of processing. For a woman walking alone, silence becomes a wellspring of inspiration, allowing her to imagine possibilities and solutions. In education, this aligns with practices that encourage unstructured thinking time to foster creativity and problem-solving skills. The silence of inner wisdom fosters self-trust. In a world filled with conflicting opinions and external influences, trusting oneself is a mark of true confidence and autonomy. A woman walking alone learns to rely on her intuition and wisdom, much like how education encourages learners to trust their reasoning and abilities. This self-trust empowers her to move forward with certainty, even in the face of challenges. The silence that accompanies her solitude is not an absence, but a presence, one that nurtures growth, insight, and clarity. It becomes a classroom where the lessons are drawn from within, equipping her to navigate her path with wisdom and purpose. The concept that the journey itself is the destination challenges traditional views of success, which often emphasize specific outcomes or endpoints. In education, this idea mirrors the philosophy of learning as a continuous, evolving process rather than a finite goal. For a woman walking alone, the journey is not about reaching a predetermined destination, but about the experiences, lessons, and personal growth encountered along the way. It is a dynamic, ongoing exploration that shapes her identity and understanding of the world. The process of learning is often more valuable than the final product. Theories such as constructivism emphasize the importance of learning through experience and interaction, suggesting that real understanding emerges not from reaching a fixed goal, but from engaging deeply with the material and reflecting on that engagement. Similarly, for a woman walking alone, each step is part of her learning process an opportunity to gain new perspectives, develop problem-solving skills, and grow emotionally. The journey itself becomes an evolving process of self-discovery, where meaning is constructed and redefined over time. The journey as the destination also encourages embracing uncertainty and change. In education, the journey is rarely linear, and learning is often unpredictable. Challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt are part of the learning experience and essential for growth. Similarly, a woman walking alone faces uncertainty, but she understands that these moments are integral to her development. Each detour, each challenge, and even moments of failure become key elements of her evolving narrative, contributing to her wisdom and resilience. This perspective also fosters intrinsic motivation. In education, intrinsic motivation is the drive to learn for the sake of learning itself, rather than for external rewards. When the journey is the destination, the satisfaction comes not from a tangible outcome, but from the engagement with the process. A woman walking alone is not motivated solely by the need to reach a specific goal, but by the experiences, lessons, and growth she gains along the way. This aligns with the idea that learning is most powerful when it is driven by curiosity and the desire for personal transformation. Viewing the journey as the destination promotes the development of emotional intelligence. The ability to navigate the ups and downs of the journey, to remain flexible in the face of challenges, and to reflect on one's progress is essential for emotional growth. In education, this is mirrored in social emotional learning, which emphasizes the importance of self-awareness, empathy, and resilience. As she walks alone, a woman learns to manage her emotions, adapt to new environments, and find strength in vulnerability, all skills that enhance her ability to thrive in both personal and professional contexts. The journey-focused perspective encourages lifelong learning. The notion that the journey is the destination underscores the idea that learning does not stop after achieving a goal but continues throughout life. Just as education aims to cultivate a love for learning that persists beyond formal schooling, a woman walking alone understands that her journey is never truly finished. Every experience, no matter how small, adds to her growth, and she remains open to learning at every stage of life. This philosophy also promotes a deeper connection to purpose. In education, purpose-driven learning encourages individuals to see the broader impact of their education, linking personal growth to the collective good. For a woman walking alone, the journey becomes a way to align her values with her actions, where the process itself contributes to a greater sense of purpose and meaning. Each step she takes is not just for herself, but also for the world around her, as she learns and grows in ways that affect her relationships and the communities she touches. The journey as the destination reminds us that growth is not a destination but a process. For a woman walking alone, her journey is a living curriculum constantly unfolding and reshaping her understanding of herself, others, and the world. It teaches that the true value of life lies not in the attainment of a fixed goal, but in the wisdom and transformation that come from engaging deeply with the path itself. In conclusion, the journey of a woman walking alone is not merely a physical passage, but a profound, transformative process that reflects deep personal growth, resilience, and wisdom. Each keynote explored highlights a different facet of this journey, embracing the unknown, redefining strength, cultivating inner wisdom through silence, and understanding that the journey itself is the destination. These elements emphasize the importance of learning through experience, reflecting on one's path, and continually evolving. This journey is an ongoing process of self-discovery, where the challenges faced and the solitude experience become opportunities for growth and empowerment. It teaches that strength comes not from external validation or certainty, but from within, from emotional resilience, self-reliance, and the courage to embrace uncertainty. The silence of the journey fosters clarity and intuition, while each step taken is a reflection of inner wisdom, reminding us that learning is a lifelong pursuit. For a woman walking alone, every moment is a chance to connect with her purpose, redefine her path, and find meaning in the process itself. As we reflect on her journey, we are reminded that the true destination lies not in the end, but in the transformation that occurs along the way. Each step, challenge, and moment of silence serves as a lesson, contributing to a deeper understanding of self and the world around her.